Jurgen Klopp is leaving Liverpool. It is the news that we have not wanted to hear, but it is being confirmed by him in an interview with the club, and I have waited an extra day to do this video because if I had done it yesterday, it probably wouldn't have been very enjoyable to listen to, and I'm going to try my best because, oh boy, this is horrible news, man. He has defined this club for the past 8 years. He has built this team for himself. He's given us so many key things, like bringing us that first Premier League trophy, bringing us an incredible Champions League win, right? And then those runs where we've been so close, those FA Cups that he's won, the Carabao Cup, the Club World Cup, our first Club World Cup as well. And what he has done for our club, he will always be our number one. He will always be my number one manager because I've never known a Liverpool team without this man. We can talk about who is going to replace him next. We have no idea. We can, there's front runners, but we don't know. We can talk about what it means for this season. But first, let's appreciate Jurgen Klopp for what he's done at the club, man. Just incredible. Like, when he came in, we were 10th. 2015, it was horrible, right? Brendan Rodgers just got sacked, and we were in desperate need of a manager to build a project and get us back to the top. Jurgen Klopp has done just that, and right now, I would rank him as the third best manager in Premier League history, behind only Guardiola and Sir Alex Ferguson, ahead of Mourinho and Wenger for me. There you go. That is how highly this man should be rated. This is the pedestal that he is on, right? Just unbelievable, and we're just gonna, right, you can replace the manager, but you can't replace his personality traits. You cannot replace his post-match press conferences where he's getting annoyed, where he's making silly excuses. You can't replace his feuds with Paul Tierney and whatever. His Klopp hugs, his fist pumps and everything. Like, this guy, man, he's something special. He's one of the most unique managers we've seen in this league, and there isn't anyone like that to replace him at this point. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. I don't know what this is going to mean for our season right now. I mean, we're still in the Premier League title race. We're in the FA Cup. We're in a Carabao Cup final, and we're the favourites for the Europa League. A potential quad is on the horizon. Probably very unlikely, but we've still, surely the emotion now, the fact that he released it at this time, surely that 4D chess could be maybe, in the players' heads, and they could be extra motivated to go and win it for him now. They're not playing for themselves anymore. They're playing for Jurgen Klopp, and that is why I have hope for what could happen in the rest of the season. However, could go the other way. Could get too emotional, and then we do like an Arsenal did last year, and we don't do very well. I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever it does, Jurgen Klopp has called it. He's leaving Liverpool on a high, right? It's a famous quote. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, like Arsene Wenger did at Arsenal, right? He stayed there for 10 years too long, right? It just wasn't working, and he just kept staying, and by the end, all the Arsenal fans turned on him and everything, and now maybe his legacy is slightly ruined because of that. So Jurgen Klopp, the fact that he is running out of energy is what he said, and he doesn't think he can do the job again and again and again, and he's not getting backed by FSG. So if he thinks that he's not going to be able to do it anymore, and that now is his time, so because he doesn't want to ruin his legacy, then it is. And we can't get annoyed at that. We can only be sad, and we can only appreciate everything this man has done for us. He deserves a statue outside Anfield. In terms of where we go after him, look, the options are someone like Xabi Alonso. Roberto De Zerbi's been linked. I've seen links with Zinedine Zidane. I've seen links with Jose Mourinho. God help it, please not Mourinho, bro. Chelsea, Man United, and Tottenham. That is grim. That's not going. I'm not letting that happen. That would never happen. But I think Xabi Alonso is the front runner. I think he's 100% the front runner, and he's got such potential. So maybe one thing that does help Liverpool here is Klopp was always going to have to go at some point. And the fact that there is a perfect manager to replace him with is brilliant, because Carlo Ancelotti's contract at Real Madrid has just been extended. So Xabi Alonso is not going there right now, so he can only come to us, really. So there you go, right? He doesn't have much of a choice on where else to go. We could also go to Bayern, but Bayern are right now with Tuchel and stuff like that. If we'd waited maybe till 2026, Carlo Ancelotti's on the way out and they get him, and then we don't have anyone. So could it be a 4D chess move? Yes, in some way. But Jurgen Klopp, man, always a legend at this club, right? If you compare him to, we've had Bill Shankly, we've had Bob Paisley, like a long time ago, right? Paisley, Shankly, great managers, but this was so long ago. Of the modern era, we've had so many bad ones, and then Jurgen Klopp just comes in, and him and Pep have defined this league for years. And could this potentially motivate Pep to leave as well? Maybe, Pep Guardiola might look at it and be like, yeah, I want a new challenge. Where could he go next, Because he's been to England, Spain, and Germany. Maybe he goes to the national team. Could go manage Spain or something. Maybe he goes back to Barcelona. They need him, and he is a boyhood Barca fan. Obviously, play for them and stuff like that. So, who knows? Could we because one thing is for sure, this is an end of an era for Liverpool, and it could take us years to get out of this. It could be however long, right? Just like Man United are going through it right now, right? They're going through the same thing. Chelsea are going through it, not the loss of a manager, but a loss of the owner. Now they've got Todd Bowley and everything's going wrong. So potentially these things could also be a problem for Liverpool. But man, we need to focus on this season now, right? And we need to stay positive, right? We need to still be in that fight for the Premier League, which would be an unbelievable achievement, having finished 5th last year and going into the season, City, Arsenal, and I would even say United, by the consensus of people, were ranked as bigger favourites to win the league than us, right? And we didn't really spend much money, right? Okay, we bought a few players here and there, right? McAllister for 30, Szoboszlai for 60, Gravenberch was 20 or something like that. So you can see also constant times where he hasn't been backed. So maybe that's one reason why he doesn't think he can do it again, because he's not going to get the backing from FSG. And like I said, he doesn't want to ruin his legacy. So we can try and understand reasons behind it and everything. But man, all we can say is to end off this video, thank you, Jurgen Klopp, for 9 years. And we have still got another 30-odd games to go to hopefully try and challenge for at least... Well, we're trying to go for all 4 trophies, but, man, just the Europa League is the only one we're missing, because this man, other than that, has won absolutely everything. Well, then you've got the Conference League as well, but no one really cares about that. So if he wins the Europa League, he has won every single competition he has been a part of at Liverpool, and it would just be an incredible achievement. And you'd have to look him up there. I think pound for pound, he's the best manager in the world right now.